So here are some basic AI terms that you'll keep hearing. All right, so if someone asked you, what does metadata mean? Could you explain it? So think of metadata as the information
about the information.
How about generative AI? Or what about prompt engineering, semantic searches, vector databases? It's only complicated until it becomes normal. So here's the thing. Those are words that are quickly becoming part of everyday business. Whether you're running a small business, you're trying to launch your side hustle, or if you're just trying to stay ahead at work. Understanding a few key AI terms could be the difference between staying relevant or falling behind. So let me break it down. I've worked in digital business since 2018. Back then, you really only needed to know about SEO, maybe some Instagram ads, email funnels, just to get by. But if you fast forward to now, every meeting, every platform, every strategy deck and meeting check is full of new terms. And people are casually throwing out phrases like fine-tuning our model or leveraging embeddings. And a lot of folks are smiling and nodding, but secretly thinking, what does that even mean? So this video is for the everyday entrepreneur, the creator, the coach, the small business owner, or the employee who wants to understand the new tech talk without feeling like you need a computer science degree. So here are some basic AI terms that you'll keep hearing. First off, let's start with the star of the show, generative AI. So this is what powers tools that we now know as to be so popular like ChatGPT, Midjourney, Claude, and it refers to AI that doesn't just analyze data, but it creates something new from that data. Text, images, video, music, code, all of that from whatever prompt that you give it. So the reason why this matters is because this is the foundation for modern content automation and creation, right? So emails, product description, course scripts, it's all getting generated by AI now. So our second term is going to be prompt engineering. You know how like when you talk to ChatGPT and you get different answers depending on how you phrase your question or your prompt? That's called prompt engineering. It's a skill of crafting the right command and instruction to the AI to get the best output from the AI, if that makes sense. So there's a lot of businesses out there now hiring prompt engineers. And even as a solo entrepreneur and you're learning how to ask AI better questions, you're going to start to get better and faster results, which will save you time and money. Okay, let's get into our third term, which is training or fine-tuning or custom GPTs. So you'll hear this a lot with people saying like we trained a model or we fine-tuned our ChatGPT for our business. That means you're taking an existing AI and you're giving it new data so that it becomes specialized for whatever it is that you're doing. So imagine an AI that knows your business tone, your niche, your offers. You can create your custom version of that GPT that's basically your own virtual team member that you trained. Okay? So let's get into the big one, metadata. Think of metadata as like the information about the information. So for example, if you blog post about a cake, metadata is the label that tells Google what flavor your cake is. So AI search tools like Google, for example, are using metadata to understand the context of your content better than ever before. So if your content isn't labeled right, it might get skipped over no matter how good it is. Okay, so let's jump into semantic search. So old school search terms was all about just matching words. Semantic search, now powered by AI, understands the meaning and the context. So when someone types in how to grow on Instagram fast, it doesn't just look for those exact words. It pulls up content that matches the intent behind that question. So your content and your website now need to focus on real answers and not just keyword stuffing like SEO back in the day. SEO is shifting towards more natural language and AI is leading that shift. Okay, so let's take that and go into embeddings and vector databases. Let's make it simple because this sounds very technical, but let me just break it down for you. So when AI reads your content, it turns it into math, right? Numbers. It's a list of numbers called embeddings. These numbers represent the meaning, which is vector databases being able to store that math so that the AI can quickly find the relevant information later. Okay, so tools like ChatGPT or basically any other custom AI search feature, they depend on this tech. So if you're building knowledge bases, internal tools, or smart assistants for your business, you'll run into this. But again, if you're not dealing with the back end of things, you don't really need to know all of these terms like the back of your hand, but you do need to be familiar with them. So now let's connect all the dots. Here's how real people are using this in their businesses in practice. So, for example, a course creator uses generative AI and prompt engineering to script their lessons and sales pages within hours instead of taking weeks to do so. Or, for example, like a marketing agency, let's say for boutiques, trained a custom GPT with their brand, their tone, their service list, and pricing, and it now helps to respond to their leads that they get instantly. Or like someone who sells on Etsy, they optimize their product listings to use semantic search tools and metadata to triple their visibility online. Or like a solo entrepreneur using vector databases to let customers ask the chatbot that they're using anything about their digital course content, basically giving them a 24/7 AI assistant. Okay, so listen, you don't need to become an AI engineer. You do need to stay literate though. That's why these terms should be a little bit more familiar for you, because the people who understand this shift and adapt are going to build faster, cheaper, and smarter and stay relevant. The ones who ignore it, well, they're gonna keep doing things the hard way and maybe get left behind. So take this video as your cheat sheet. Learn these terms, use the tools, and if something sounds too complex, just remember that every tool we use today, from smartphones to emails, they started off as being way advanced tech back in the day. It's only complicated until it becomes normal. And this AI, this is the new normal. If you found this video helpful, share it with someone who finds these topics interesting. And if you want to have a deeper dive into how to apply this to your business or better understand AI, drop a comment down below and I'll get into any topics that you feel we need to touch over. Let's build smart, let's build together, and I'll see you in the next video.